Okay. Teresa, please, can you share? Teresa, can you hear me?
Yes, Zainab, yes. The only thing is that I am sharing and I cannot see myself. So I will
But
just no worries.
I cannot see the presentation.
Oh, okay, wait.
The rest can see it.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
Sure,
Maybe
no problem.
uh, is it now okay?
Now, yes.
Yes, lovely. Thank you. So my apologies for that.
Okay, we can
Okay.
start with the first. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, let's take a glance to our agenda for today's session. We'll start with an overview of our activity and also with a brief explanation of the EP project. Then will be followed by a discussion on how to contact a MEP by my colleague Teresa. And then we will move into a breakout room session to start the activity. And finally, we will go back in the main room to share all the work that we have done in the breakout rooms. Then, okay, thank you. Contacting my MEP. Okay, this session, well, this activity aims to empower participants to engage with the members of the European Parliament through various communication channels such as emails, social media, and direct channels like accredited parliamentary assistance. For doing this activity, we will use breakout rooms to develop this activity. During these breakout rooms, participants will be divided into small groups to draft concise and impactful messages to communicate with their concerns or ideas to the selected members. So you will be encouraged to use emails or social media platforms for the direct contact. And also after the breakout rooms, each group will present their messages and discuss the importance of youth engagements in European politics, emphasizing the potential impact of their actions. And about the EP project, this activity is part of our EP project, Your Vote, Your EU, which aims to engage young Europeans in democratic participation and also to encourage their involvement in the 2024 European Parliament elections. By emphasizing democratic values and the importance of voting, particularly among youth, the project seeks to empower them to understand and evaluate the EU policies with a focus on entrepreneurship as a means of empowerment and socio-economic development. The objective of this project is to empower youth to critically engage with EU policies, focusing on entrepreneurship as a tool for empowerment. Its focus is to mobilize youth participation in the 2024 European Parliament elections and also to promote understanding of EU democratic values. Its action is to engage young leaders and youth organizations to promote entrepreneurship and democratic participation. And its strategy is to leverage entrepreneurship to inspire youth engagement in democratic processes and encourage them to vote in the 2024 European elections. So now I will hand over the floor to my colleague Teresa, who will discuss the different ways that we have to contact an MEP. So Teresa, thank you so much and go ahead with it.
thank you very much, Zainab, and good afternoon to all the familiar faces here, all the change makers. It's a pleasure being here with you. So I think I will go first to the website of the European Parliament. So we will have a quick catch up on what we did last activity, the 3rd of April, and then we will go back to the slides. So 1 second. Okay, so what we did last 2 weeks ago was starting to maximize the use of the European Parliament website, specifically looking for members of the European Parliament, MPs, that are connected to the topic that is the core of this project, youth entrepreneurship. So what I'm going to do now very quickly is to give you a glimpse of how you look for a member of the European Parliament. And, just letting you know, this project is connected to entrepreneurship, young people. So in a sense, we are going to look for members of the European Parliament who work in these areas, because as I'm going to show you right now, there are so many topics. This is very broad. So in a way, we need to be tailoring and we need to be specific. So I'm in the European Parliament website. You can see this is the website, and I want to look for the members of the European Parliament. So I go here, MPs. Okay, this is the short word we use. And I go to search. Okay, so when I go to search, I have this massive number here, 705 members. Really, this is a lot. But we need to be specific. And in the context of this project, we are focusing this in 3 countries, which are Belgium, Greece, and Spain. So we already have some clues here of where are we going to look for. So I go to show list. Okay, I'm in the map, and then I go to show list. And here, when I'm in the show list, I have all these different searching options. So let's say that I'm going to look for Belgium. Okay, so I click in Belgium, and I have the result, 21 members of the European Parliament. Okay, we are lucky because this is a relative small number. If I go to a country like Germany, just for your interest, I have 96. And if I go to Cyprus or Malta, I will have only 6. Okay, so just letting you know that the numbers differ depending on the size of the country. Okay, but anyways, I go into Belgium right now. And as we will see later in the breaking rooms, as we already saw in the previous workshop, there were 3 main committees. We already explained what are the committees, okay? Which is the division, the internal division that we have at the parliament, organizing the different work of the members of the parliament by areas, okay? So I have here this area, which is named political bodies, okay? For the ones that wonder what is this, please go to our YouTube channel and you will find the recording of the last session where all of this was explained in detail. But now I'm going to committees, following what will happen in the breaking rooms. And I click here, okay? And let's say that I'm highly interested in the committees. All of these are the committees that are divided, that we divide. And I'm going to check one of the 3 committees that we will be working on, which is the Economic and Monetary Affairs, okay? I click here and voila, I have how many results? 4 results, okay? I'm going to click randomly, really randomly, in one of these members of the European Parliament. And actually, this is what I do. It's part of my work because I need to contact members of the Parliament. And this is the way you look for the members of the Parliament. Sometimes you need to go by one to get familiar with the work they do. And probably this is not the best example because I want to show you one that has LinkedIn. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so I'm here and we have Philip Lambers. You have a lot of information. Mr. Lambers belongs to the Greens. He is member of these different committees. Okay, you see, Economic and Monetary Affairs. This is the committee we were looking for. But he's also member of the Conference of Presidents, which means that the members of the European Parliament are part of different committees and delegations. Anyway, go back to our recording. So I'm here now. And I wonder, okay, how do I contact? How can I directly engage with Mr. Lambert or his office? Okay, I'm going to assume that as part of the work we have to do, because I want to contact Mr. Lambert, maybe because I'm extremely interested in some of his work in the Committee of Economic and Monetary Affairs. Quick catch up. How do I know what specifically Mr. Lambert is doing? So I have here this column on the right with the main parliamentary activities and other activities. Okay, so here, if I have the time and I have also clarity of what I'm really, looking for in this specific profile, I will find the specific information. Okay, about the contribution to plenary debates, the different reports that the MP has been writing in the last 5 years. Okay, so I'm assuming now that we all know exactly what we want to ask to Mr. Lambert. The question now is, how do I contact him? How do I create this direct line of communication? So super clear when you open, when you see this page, you have the email, you have the website, and you have Facebook. The first option, for me, when I have to contact a member of the European Parliament, is to send an email. Okay, so I click here, I copy the email address, I go to my Gmail, Outlook, whatever I'm using, and I have here the email of the member of the European Parliament, Mr. Lambers in this case, okay? Sometimes I would say 99% of the time, you send an email and you need to wait. Why? Because you can assume that members of the European Parliament are very busy with a lot of parliamentary legislative work, okay? So this is option A. What is option B? You go here and do you see the assistance? Okay, this is something that Zainab, my colleague Zainab mentioned, but there is a very important figure that you really need to be familiar with, and it's the APA, which is the assistant of the parliamentary. Okay, so they work as assistants in the sense that these are people who are accredited assistants and have a very deep knowledge of the specific work of the member of the European Parliament, and in a way they also support them coordinating their activities, okay? So how do you find out the email? Usually the email of the member of the European Parliament, I'm going to open this here quickly, but I think you can see it. My apologies of all the mess here, but you have the name, dot, surname, at europeanparliament.europa.eu. Okay, so for the assistance of Mr. Lambert, the email is exactly the same. So my advice, always in CC, copy at least 2 of the parliamentary assistants, in the sense that they will have, more time devoted to monitor the emails. Okay, so this is plan A, direct email. Plan B, parliamentary assistants. Plan C, phone call. Okay, like a follow-up phone call, like you call to the office, you remind them that you sent an email, that your topic was this, your name was this, and you send the email in that specific day. If you remember the time, even better, really, because sometimes in a single day, they receive hundreds of emails, so you need to be very precise. Okay, so keep in mind that this is the phone number for Brussels, so it's plus 32, and this is the phone number for Strasbourg, plus 33, France, okay? So this is in average, this is it. But you know that nowadays we have social media, and even, members of the parliament, they are very, very active in, Instagram and other platforms. This is not the case for Mr. Lambers. He's active in Facebook, excellent. But some of the members of the European Parliament, they are also very active in Instagram. Don't hesitate to send a message in Instagram, really. Okay, this is my advice, because many times they will see this message in Instagram quicker than your email. So I'm going back to the presentation now to have a quick catch up of what we have seen. So this was a different example, and I think this was like a good example because it also had X, former Twitter, and it also had Instagram. Okay, so this is the case of Mark Botenga, Mr. Botenga, also a Belgium MP. And again, we can contact them by email. You have here the option, Instagram. Oh, my apologies. Okay, so you had email, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Okay, and there is also the option of the contact form, which is general for all the European members of the parliament. I would say that you use this as a latest resource, because in general, contact forms are very, very general. They are not so specific. And I would always go for a phone call, follow-up email. Even if you have to send 3 emails as a follow-up, do that. And last resource, the contact form. Okay, and as I mentioned you have the assistants, very easy. Remember the surname, name, follow-up surname at Europarlament, europa.eu. And I think this is all from my side. And again, if you have some doubts of all these committees or how we are supposed to look for in the website, YouTube, our recording from our latest session. Thank you very much, and Zainab, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Teresa, for your clear explanation. Please, can you go back in the previous slide? Okay, thank you. Now I'll give you the instruction for the activity. As I said before, breakout rooms will be divided in 3, corresponding to the same committees as the previous activity that also my friend, my colleague Teresa has explained. For those who didn't attend to the previous activity, last week, participants engaged in activity aimed at evaluating the track records of members of the European Parliament regarding their commitment to entrepreneurship. So we created 3 breakout rooms, each focusing on a specific committee: employment and social affairs, economic and monetary affairs, and also regional development. And in these breakout rooms, participants were asked to identify 3 members of the European Parliament who have demonstrated a strong dedication to addressing challenges faced by young entrepreneurs. So each breakout room will be coordinated by 1 or 2 change makers. Participants will select a member of the European Parliament from the Excel table created in the previous activity, matching the committee assigned to their breakout room. The Excel table will be shared by the change makers in each breakout room. And together with the change makers, participants will draft a letter addressed to the selected MEP. So all these letters will be discussed later at the end of the session. And now, do you have any doubt or any question about the instruction of the activity? I will check the chat. I think that there is one. What is the procedure for those French travel and trip names? What do you mean?
I know. First surname.
Okay.
Okay, so I give you an example. In even my case, I have 2 names and I have 2 surnames. Okay, so we will use probably my first name follow with a dot and then my first surname. Okay, so name dot surname at Europarlament Europa.eu. That's a good question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay. I will divide now the participants in the breakout room. So give me just 2 minutes. Okay. Okay. You can enter already in your rooms. Okay. And the last one. Okay, you can go to your rooms. You have access?
Zainab, I'm afraid I cannot.
You cannot?
I don't know. It should be.
Now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Zainab.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Where are my change makers? Alexandra, okay. I need Marcos also here.
Yeah.
Marcos, are you here?
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, Marcos, I didn't see you. I was asking, where is Marcos? Where is Marcos? Are you were in front of me? Okay.
Hello.
Yours. Hola, hi, Alexandra. The floor is yours, Marcos and Alexandra. So if you want to share the screen and you want to start debating with your participants, go ahead. Okay, do you need some help with Marcos, Alexandra?
No, I think we are okay.
Okay, perfect. You can share the screen.
It says that I can't because host disabled attendee screen sharing.
So you cannot share it?
No.
What in your case,
But
Marcos?
I can share the look. I can share in the group chat the Excel. so they can
Oh, yeah,
open it.
sure. You can see
That
it
can
here,
make us
and we can start
participate.
debating. Okay,
Yes,
I will
great.
go to the other rooms, so I will explain this because I don't know if they are having the same problem. Okay.
Yes.
You can, Marcos. So if you can share your screen, it would be great.
Okay.
Yes, I don't care. If you want make.
I don't care either. You can do it if you want to.
Okay, Nisa, you do it.
Just one.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Sorry,
Zainab?
sorry. You can share your screen, Diego, Nisa.
Yeah, they are
Okay,
going to do
sure,
it.
perfect.
They
I
are
am just
going to
checking
do it.
that.
Yeah. Zainab,
you.
I'm recording, okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. So if you want Nisa, you can record.
I already have it here. And the first one I would like to share is the case of Cristina Maestre. She's from Spain. And as we were discussing before.
Okay, perfect.
You can read the notes and learn some things about them.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, guys, are you with the task? You can talk a little bit about the members. Marcos, you were in the last activity. If you can do a little zoom up about the 3 MEPs that we shared.
Yeah.
Today. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. In the last, hello everyone. First of all, in the last meeting, we chose 3 MEPs regarding their work in employment social affairs. The first one is a Belgian one called Sarah Mathieu. We choose this one because her work in transition impact and growth path. And the last 2 were 2 Spanish MEPs. The first one is Lina Galvez, and the second one is Alicia Oms, both from the Socialist Party. And we choose these 2 MEPs because they're working their employment opportunities mainly for young entrepreneurs, and they're working also her work also in the EU policies to engage young people in a more inclusive and more sustainable society, mainly for their actions in the labor market and the perspective for young people to gain this to become not only young entrepreneurs but also social actors in the local societies.
Thank you so much, Marcos. So if you want, we can start debate.
Okay.
Sorry.
One question.
Go ahead.
For you, do we have to send a message for each one, or one message for just one?
You have to just to select just one member of the European Parliament, one of these 3, and try to elaborate a draft of that email. So that's why I told you to do like a zoom up of these 3 members. And then now you and your participants have to choose just one, and then you have to write a letter with your purposes, your ideas, or
okay,
the points that you want to highlight in that letter.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Welcome.
So, we have to debate between us.
Yes.
What do you prefer? What do we prefer?
You can open your microphones, and we can start with it.
We can share you can share your opinion, and what is between these 3 in green, what do you think that is suits the best for this activity?
I have a quick question. The goal is to address to whichever map we choose the importance of voting or our doubts regarding the election process as individuals or as society, as young people. What is our stand?
As young people, you have to target to this MEP to tell him or her what are your ideas, what are your questions, what are your doubts. So this is
Okay.
more individual, but I want you to do it in group. That's why I'm telling that you can choose one MEP and you can talk about it and say, okay, let's write this letter. Okay, thank you, Marcos. I am seeing that you're sharing this document. Okay, if you have...
We will come back to the, I will come back to the...
Okay, if you want, I can share with all of you also this document. So Marcos, you can share the main letter.
Okay.
The document, and they can read it from
this one,
the table Excel, or as you prefer.
Okay. Yes, Antoine.
Hi everyone, it's Antoine. Perhaps one of the big questions now that we are in an electoral time would be to ask them what are they planning to do to put together both the climate transition and job opportunities for young people. Like, for example, we see a big gap between the new transition jobs, for example, in the construction sector and in the renovation sector. And there is an increasing problem of unavailability of skills and young people looking to get into business. So what would be the EU's way to increase visibility and attractivity to these sectors and also to attract young talents? Because if not, we will see that we have a huge goal for renovating millions of houses and no one that can do the job.
Okay, thank you, Antoine.
I think that it's quite appropriated, because if I'm not mistaken, there has been like a new initiative of the European Bauhaus program, and this is going to be on the table for a long time. So I think it's quite appropriate. Why not? Also, I just would like to propose their views, or how are they going to engage maybe in the new European Youth Strategy, because it will take place starting 2027, but I'm sure there's like previous preparation and consultation phases, and maybe just ask them if they are going to take part in that, and we can relate these two points perhaps.
Yeah, great point of view. Yeah. Sorry for the faults, for the grammar
That's
faults.
fine. No worry.
Do you have any other point of view? Yes, Antoine, do you keep it's the same as before, or
No, it's a new one.
It's a new one. Thank you.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
think 2023 or 2022 was the European Year of Skills. And what have they retained from that year, and what they would like to ask the European Commission to materialize into concrete policy to increase upskilling and reskilling of workers. Because one thing is to have like a European Year of skills, but the initiative was made to increase EU awareness on the fact that we will need to improve the upskilling of workers. For example, imagine these Polish areas that were heavily affected by mining and coal industries. And since these workers will be out of job because of EU regulation and market constraints, what can the EU do concretely through financing programs or education and training to make sure that these people actually stay with a job, not in the coal sector, but in something in the energy sector, or maybe something similar, but that can be useful for them.
Okay.
Because there was very little concrete things that came out from the EU Year of Skills, and it would be best if the Commission came with something concrete, like a financing program for education.
Yeah, I've seen in both of your participations, do you want to talk that you want to talk about the concrete actions that they are going to take place and how an MEP can promote these actions to engage European Commission to engage in these actions and make these policies more active and more near to the people, isn't it?
Well, they could ask the commissioner or the president of the commission when she's in front of the plenary. I think that would be a great opportunity.
Okay, thank you.
Or make a parliamentary question.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I think that with that 4 points, we can create a good question. Are you agree, or do you have any other idea?
I think this is a nice topic to begin with. Maybe we can stick to it, and if we see that we should turn to another theme or topic, we can do it. But I think this is quite useful, and I believe Antoine, we are still in the European Year of Skills, because I'm not sure if it started 2023 and it's gonna end 2024. But I mean that strengthens the importance of asking for this. Like,
I thought it was
it's
over.
going to be finished. I think I believe I read something like that. Wait, let me check.
Okay, that's
I'll
fine.
check, and we
It's
can
even
say
better.
that in our letter. Yes,
It's even
yes,
better.
but it's important. Yes, exactly. It's even better. Because I don't know if you read the report on the European Year of Youth.
No.
But for me, or in my opinion, it did not add up a lot on youth
No,
matters.
not really.
Well,
it was like the European Year. It's like the European Year of Trains. No, did it increase the number of rail transport? No. But hey, nice initiative.
Yeah, it's the
checking.
idea, but after that there are a lot of things to do that it's impossible to put all in advance at all in so many ways.
Yeah, but also because of the competency of the EU in certain policies. I mean, employment policy is very limited. The EU has very little impact in that area, although they can do some things. For example, in I think they have certain prerogatives in training and upskilling programs. The problem is that they have very little budget. So perhaps one of the good things would be that in the next budgetary 7 years plan, they should allocate more resources for training and upskilling of workers.
Yeah. So, Zainab, do you think that we can go to the question?
Yes, go ahead with it. And also, I have seen many ideas, but who is the member that you are going to address? I think that is the most important thing.
Yes, it's an important thing.
All of them.
I really love the ideas. I really love your points. They are very important points I will share with you.
Alicia?
Yeah.
Alicia? Let me check on the
yeah, maybe Alicia is the one that suits the best for.
Yes.
For
well, she's the youngest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an asset too.
Okay, all of you have the Excel table? Okay,
yeah.
you can check it there.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, we do.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
so you can read their contributions, what they did there in the parliament. So we can align these ideas with one of these MEPs. I think.
I believe Alicia is like the one.
Yeah,
Maybe we can debate on that.
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I mean,
Perfect. Okay, if all of you agree with Alicia Holmes, we can address her.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Do we have to write the question right now, or just a draft here, and in the next session we can?
I would prefer to write the question because probably we will not have to finish the letter. So if you have the question here that you want to ask her, I will be in charge to rewrite all the letter and send it to her. So, but first, I really really like your question. I think that is the most important thing about this.
Okay.
do you want them written on the chat or in the discussion here?
You can tell you can discuss them, and Marcos can write them in
Here
the
in the
yeah.
Okay.
this page.
So what are your questions to this MEP?
I was thinking about asking about the future things she's going to do regarding if she gets elected and voted again, what she will continue to do, because I see in her page that she did she spoke about the attacks at journalists in Madrid and other things regarding human rights and democracy, like if she has a certain agenda, like some bullet points she wants to complete.
Okay. So do you mean a big question, and after that some bullet points to with more specific ones, isn't it?
Yes, like her vision. If she gets elected again, what's the first thing she will do that she didn't get to do in this while she's still there?
In addition, maybe we can ask her to develop on if she will need to do some partnerships with other parties and what will that imply, because sometimes it's not that they weren't able to finish what they started. It's just a matter of not having enough um
Support.
yes, enough people behind you to stand up for your proposal, and maybe she can develop on what are the issues within the parliament that are stopping what has already been planned.
Yeah, that's a
Because
really
usually
good
we don't
one.
get to ask that. Yeah. Because I mean, um, the Socialist Party is quite big, so I'm sure that within the very same party there are some interactions that maybe we should know.
Yes.
Okay, Antoine sent
Here is
something.
a question. Antoine, do you want to share it with us? I will formulate my question as this. Oh, very good. Considering the year 2020 was the European Year of Skills, what will be your main political ask you would like to see the Commission put in table to increase upskilling and reskilling our young workers in the EU to keep up with the digital and green twin transition, especially in the teach and green energy? Very good question. Marcos, if you want, you can copy paste this
It's in the chat.
question.
Okay.
If you want, you can copy paste it in the document.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have more questions? Gabriel, Maria, Ali, Elena.
Yeah, we have this. Sorry for the chat. We have this bullet with complete without complete.
Okay. If you're
And
just for the record, the EU year skills will finish on April 2024. It's a perfect timing. Okay.
something like that. Are you agree? use the skills of young people translated into into practical policies. Job skills, sorry.
I would also maybe ask, how are you going to engage the voice of young people in such policies? Because I believe the way of working with youth policies is also to always give them a space for dialogue, or at least try to focus on not losing that. And yes, maybe we can ask, how is it going to be on the long term? And maybe mention this time the European Youth Strategy, like, will it have an impact on the next, I don't know, decade, the way we count with young people to have a saying in these political changes regarding youth, regarding skills, regarding employment? Or are we going to keep using the same methods? Yeah, more or less. I don't know if it was clear. I can reformulate maybe.
Me, actually, I have another
Okay.
idea.
Guys, in 1 minute, I'm closing all the breakout rooms, okay? If
Okay,
you want
not a
to add
problem.
one last idea, last question.
Okay.
Yes, Ali,
Ali, you have something to say because I have your hand up. Yeah.
Yes. For example, like youth from different NGOs can be in the voting. For example, like from the United Nation, or like the NATO can, for example, voting for the elections.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, for example, youth
Okay,
from different
so
NGOs can vote for the elections.
how can NGOs, sorry?
I said, for example, youth from different NGOs like the United Nations and the NATO can vote for the elections, actually, from different organizations, international organizations.
okay.
Because that's too important now. Just too important.
Different?
Okay, something else? We have like just 30 seconds. Okay. Thank you so much. So now we are going to discuss this with the rest of the room. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Zainab. You know, even if it's not the best weather, it's really, it's nice. It's a nice little train station. There's some new developments. You know what I mean? Sorry,
Now
more
people
are joining.
Okay. Tell us. Let's wait that everyone came to the main room. I think that we are all. Yeah, I think. Okay. If you want, we can start with the first room. Marcos, Alexandra, if you can, we can share our document and share with the rest of the participants what we talk about.
Yes.
Okay. Marcos? Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Marcos. Okay, we are going to rewrite it again, but these are the main ideas. Marcos, go ahead. Alexandra, or anyone who was in the room 1. Cindy, you want to share with us something about what we talk in the inner room?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Go ahead.
We briefly talked about our main interest, and in short, we were concerned about employment and the skills required, especially for young people, to actually be prepared for that employment on the long term. And we chose to write to Alicia Holmes, who has actively focused on employment and the challenges around young people in employment. And we have focused in two major events that are happening in the EU, which were one, the European Year of Skills that will finish this year, and the European Youth Strategy that will be redesigned for 2027 and so on. So we wanted to address these major events through some questions regarding what is going to be done after this input we had during the European Year of Skills, which was based on awareness on what we needed. So what is going to be the result of this? And in this result, how are you going to, or how is Alicia going to engage young people so they can have a saying on how these policies are designed? And of course, we want to make sure all views are taken into account. And that's how we mentioned NGOs and different associations. And yeah, more or less, it's that we have a very small draft on the bottom, thanks to Antoine. And that's the main idea.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Okay, let's move to the second room. Something else to add from the room 1? Okay, let's move to the room 2. Nisa, Diego, and also all the participants who were in the room 2, you want to share with us your ideas, what you talk about?
Zainab, I'm going to share the screen. So I was contributing to the writing. And Nisa and Diego, you have here the final letter that they drafted.
Okay, thank you. So you want to comment, we trust this message from you well. We are a group of youth change makers who are part of the European Vote Your EU, okay? Which aims to connect young European interested and policy makers with members of the European Parliament working in the areas of youth promotion and entrepreneurship. We are addressing to you because we would like to discuss some of your Parliament work in the legislative areas that matter the most for us as young and committed Europeans, access to financing, support for young entrepreneurs, and training and monitoring programs. Very good. Do you want to comment something? Why are you targeting these issues?
Only thank you, Teresa, for your advice.
Oh.
That because you make all the work.
No,
right?
no, you did, guys. You did.
It was a great job.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move to the last room, room 3. Borja, you will in charge with this one.
Can I share the screen?
Of course, go ahead.
Okay. Wait a second. I need to going to share, but here. Okay. Can you see it?
Almost, Borja.
Started.
Okay, now.
Okay. So here we were planning also like the structure. We also write some of the content. Basically, we were writing as an association that we were advocating for training of young people in different European regions. And in this case, we chose one of the Spanish MVP from the previous session because the reports and all the projects he has been working on, it's also related to the harnessing of talent in the European, like in the European regions. And that's the reason why we could tailor the letter much more better. In this case, discussing things like empowering young people with risk of exclusion and all these elements. And the thing we could add, but there were some kind of time constraints, is to tell them in the letter when and where we would like to take part in the event. But it's something that we can, I mean, if we are writing a letter to an MEP, we are going to take our time. It's not something that you do in 20 minutes, but the main structure is already here. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So it was a very dynamic and interesting activity. Do you have something else to add? Something to comment about it?
Yeah, can I ask you about something?
Yeah, sure.
I would like to ask, can we receive these templates of our emails somehow?
Yes. I am going to check it with the change makers, and after that I will send a copy to all of the participants. So we are going to send a letter to the MEPs.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, okay, as we are concluding the activity, I will kindly ask you, please, I'm going to share the screen. Okay, are you sharing it, Teresa? Thank you so much. Okay, first of all, thank you so much for everyone who attended today to this activity, especially to our change makers, Diego, Borja, Alexandra, Nisa, and Marcos. Thank you so much for your participation. And now I kindly ask you, please, to fill this satisfaction survey and to take another 2 minutes. Okay, first, if you want to start first with the satisfaction survey. And then.
Teresa, also I have a question for you. What will be the maximum length of the message? Like,
Okay, so personally, I would say introductory paragraph explaining who you are, what you do, concise if possible. Then central paragraph telling the MP what exactly would you like to propose him or her. Very concrete and clarity. And then maybe a short closing paragraph telling that you are looking forward to having a face-to-face meeting or live meeting. Specify what you need, and also mention when. Upcoming weeks, this week, whenever the MP is available. And if you have something, even let's say you want to have an interview with the MP, always try to attach a document with some questions, so they will also have extra clarity of what you are going to ask them.
Okay. Thank you so much. And also the last question, can I make the last question? Is in the Spanish case, we can use you, like tú o usted. You, no, usted.
It's different even you create a relationship. Working relationship, in the sense that you talk to them, they ask you, don't use usted, tú te ame, no? But I would encourage you always use usted. And even if they are Spanish, message them in English first. And then if they notice that you are Spanish, probably they will message you back in Spanish.
Okay.
So, and that's one thing.
Thank you, Teresa.
Okay. If you can take another minute to register for our next activity. And once done, you are free to leave the meeting. And thank you so much, and see you in the next activity.
A question. With the document we wrote, do we send it to you like by the group, or what do we do?
Can you repeat your question, please, Borja?
Yeah. The document, the letter we wrote just now, how do we send it to you?
Don't worry, I am going to talk with the change makers now, and I am going to send to each participant, and then you can rewrite it with your name and with your sign. So don't worry about.
Okay.
Just one thing, Zainab.
Cindy
asked a question. I would say yes, no doubt. As much as, you always need to be clear what you are asking, and it's I would say it's almost impossible that 2 or 3 MPs are working in the exact same files. Sometimes they are, but supporting each other in a way. But definitely yes, because the more point of views you have, the more synergies you create, working relationship. This is for best. So I would encourage you to contact as much as possible, but with clarity, certainty, and a clear goal in mind.
Perfect. So thank you so much, everyone. And I was very happy to see all of you here today and see you in the next activity. Have a nice week.
Thank you very much.
You too.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Zainab,
you.
for this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
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 Thank
Bye.
you a lot.
Thank you.
Hasta luego.
Adiós, adiós, adiós.
Bye, Olga. Thank you very much in the breaking room.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Olga.
you.
Thanks.
So, bye everyone. See you.
Okay, don't worry. I'm recording. Olga, I'm recording. It's fine. Don't worry.
Really?
No, but maybe I need to stop late, but it's fine. It's fine from my side. Don't worry.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because Zainab is also recording everything, so it's fine. I was wondering, Nisa or Diego, who wants to share this document that I guess the Google, the Excel sheet with all the details.
I can do it if you want to.
Of course, of course.
Yes.
Go for it, guys. I don't mind. It's the same document.
Diego, do you want to do it?
Yes, I don't care. If you want make.
I don't care either. You can do it if you want to.
Okay, Nisa, you do it.
Just
Okay, I'm doing it.
Zainab?
Sorry, you can share your screen, Diego, Nisa.
Yeah, they are
Okay,
going to
sure,
do it.
perfect.
They are
I am
going
just
to do
checking
it.
that.
Yeah. Zainab, I'm recording, okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. So if you want Nisa, you can share. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to
Lovely.
start doing it.
Any of you.
I'm
Thank you,
trying
Nisa,
right
because
now.
I am a little boomer with this.
Don't worry. And if you have any trouble, I have the document myself. I can also share. Okay?
It's ready. Okay. Normally.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
Lovely.
Okay.
Lovely. Okay. So.
I can't really see it, I think.
Yes, Nisa, if you can do it a little bit bigger, mostly because I have issues.
Yeah.
Yes, and for me this is super tiny. I think you can do it from the document itself, but this is perfect.
The document itself, okay.
Yeah, if you go to the 100, do you see it next to the?
Yes.
Yes. So if you do like 125,
Okay.
yeah. Oh yes, this is better. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So we're the second committee. Yeah. Let me just okay.
Okay, so are we all of us fully aware of the dynamic, what we need to do and how we need to do it? That we have, okay. So we are a group, we are the yellow group, okay? So we are following the previous 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago activity, okay? So if I'm not wrong, and Olga will remember, and Diego too, because Nisa didn't join us yet, we selected only one MP, which was Dimitris. So we have done a little bit more of research, Zainab and myself, and we have selected 2 more MPs, Spanish, the 2 of them, indeed, that are also in this committee, okay, Economic and Social Affairs. This is the Economic and Social Affairs Committee, and they are somehow connected with the topic of young entrepreneurship, okay? So now we have 3 options, and we need to select one of them. Dimitrios, Nisa, can you click?
Yes.
Yeah, so I will be able to read. Yeah, perfecto. So we have Dimitrios Papadimoulis, we have Eva Maria Pouchela, and we have Isabel Benjuema. Okay, so if you click down, yes, you can see like a full description of what, yes, I think that we can see this bigger.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, I think if you go to the Y area.
The Y area?
Yes, where you can see where, you know, you go to the where it says his contributions, not there, where you are clicking. Okay,
Oh, okay.
yes, where you went, you know, for maximizing. Okay. Okay, so if you go down, you can still read his contributions, likely involved.
Ah, okay.
Yes, you click there. Okay, double click. No, not to the 100. No,
I'm sorry.
No, don't worry.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
I think, okay, double click there to where it says his contributions, because we will be able to see everything big.
okay, I'm trying, but
No? Okay, wait. Let me do something.
okay.
Very quickly. Don't worry. No worries. Okay, so I'm here, and I think, you see?
Ah, yeah, okay.
Yes, no, but it's
Mhm.
tricky.
Yeah.
It's tricky because depends on the computer, okay? So what I would propose is that now we individually, okay, 3 minutes, we need to be efficient and fast. Let's read what they are doing, what each of the MPs is doing, and we need to select one of the MPs, okay? And I would say that maybe before selecting the MPs, I don't know, Nisa, Olga, and Diego, what do you think? But is there, because if we are messaging an MP, we need to find a reason to message him or her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not that I wake up and I feel I'm messaging an MP. We need to find a valid reason. So we create a message that is like, in a way, you know, connects with what they are doing. This is the key, you know, to create this synergy. Extremely important. Okay, so I think that, tell me what you think. I propose either we read one by one and we see what they do, and then we find a common ground that connects with you guys, especially with what are your needs as young people change makers. And then we decide, okay, let's message Eva Maria. Okay, because of this. How does that
Good
sound?
idea.
Yes?
Yes. Great
All of
idea.
you?
Yeah.
See? Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm talking from my experience because this is what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, vale.
Good idea.
Okay, so guys, it's 3:30. 3:30. Can we use like maximum 5 minutes to do this, to select the MP and the topic in general, broad topic, and then we move to the writing?
Sure.
Perfect.
Yes. Okay. So let's start with Mr. Dimitrios. Okay. All of you done with Mr. Dimitrios?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we need to say in a sentence, what is he doing? What is his main, you know, contribution in this context? What would you say?
It seems like he has an impact in policy regarding to creating policy in terms of social entrepreneurship in European Union.
Okay. And more specific, what does he want? What does he want to, what is very important for him? There is a very important sentence here.
I think the idea of our startup probably, like
Yes.
a plan, a project,
Funding.
some specific, yeah.
Money. Money. Okay, so if we contact Mr. Dimitrios, it's because we are concerned about what? Funding. Okay, that we as young people really want more funding, you know, more strategies, aim to increase the funding. Nisa, Diego, even, what do you think? Do you agree with this?
Yeah, I started from the right. Like starting from Isabel. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't
No
read
worries,
it.
no worries, no worries. So just
No,
letting
but
you
I
know.
read quickly. Don't worry.
Okay, so Diego, just to save time, Mr. Dimitrios wants to increase the funding to create employment for young people. Okay, to create startups and business creation. So more funding.
Okay.
Okay.
More, yes. More
I'm moving.
money for
I'm moving to
okay,
Eva
okay.
Maria. Okay, this is a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, guys. Eva Maria, what is the main goal? Access to capital, no?
Yeah.
That small and medium enterprises access to capital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the word entrepreneurship here is not that mentioned, but it's a small and medium enterprises, which is a very important. This word, SME, is really, really important. Okay, so increase the access to capital to funding of small and medium enterprises. So I would say that this is the key for her. Okay, quite similar to Dimitrios. Dimitrios is more specific, startups and business creation in general. Okay, I'm going now to Isabel, who is a Spanish MP.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think after reading Isabel?
To me, he's the best candidate.
Yes.
I second the motion. Yes, because she's very focused, no? In the other two, fair enough, startups, business creation, small and medium enterprises. But if I have to talk with someone who is devoted to the topics that are the core of our work, Isabel. So Diego, Olga, Nisa, do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yes? Okay,
Yeah, I
so
do.
guys, let's message her. Okay, let's send her a message. I'm not going to go through all the process. I'm just going to Google her because I already imagine that I done all the process I showed you. Okay. Okay, so I have here. Okay, and I have her email here. Okay, so now I think that Nisa or Diego, can you guys open a Word document or Google Doc document? You share the screen, you are co-host, and let's draft a simple but super effective message addressed to Mrs. Benjumea.
I think Diego should do it.
Yes? Okay.
Yes, I
So,
do.
I mean, if you're struggling to share something in your computer, I can open it. But if you can
Also,
write it, I think it's
I can also help you.
Okay, because I'm saying this because maybe I need to leave the session a little bit earlier. That's why. Okay. So I'm going to close all of this because we don't need this and we'll stay with Isabel. Okay, meanwhile, Diego, you are doing this. Can we brainstorm very quickly what exactly we would like to tell her? I mean, we are messaging her for what? To organize a meeting, to have like a video call. In our case, maybe we ask for an online meeting because we are in different locations.
Yeah,
Olga,
that's
you're muted.
Sorry, I have my speaker from the other device that's used. Don't
That's
see
why
here.
it's two of you. Okay.
A bit complicated, sorry.
Okay, no worries, no worries, no worries.
So yeah, I think also that to organize a video call and introduce, prepared, like with be prepared with some presentation of our project or ideas seems like good.
Okay. I think you're lucky because what I always do, and I'm telling you my experience, I always message and I always ask a couple of questions. So we would like to meet you to address this specific topic with you. So like super straightforward. And this is, the way that you create this connection, because if we are writing a very like general email, our email can be one among hundreds a day. Okay.
Sorry, because it was the first time that I made.
No worries. Okay. So the only thing, Diego, if you can make it a little bit bigger, that would be great.
Yes.
Because you're using Pages, I guess. No, no, you're using Word. Sí, perfecto.
Like that?
Like that. And if you go to the zoom down, where you see the 107. No, perdona.
No te preocupes.
Lo siento.
¿Dónde les tengo yo aquí?
No, simplemente que lo maximices. El documento en sí. It's because of me, because everything that, So you see the zoom down en la derecha, en la parte de abajo. ¿Ves aquí que, baja. Tienes un 107%. Sorry, guys, I haven't realized I'm talking in Spanish with Diego. You see? I'm really sorry.
Sorry, but...
No worries.
Check.
Okay. If you want, I can share very quickly.
Sí, Teresa.
Okay. No.
Te lo agradecería porque así.
Tranquilidad.
Porque para no perder
guys,
tiempo.
No worries. We save time because we really need to maximize the use of our time. So give me 1 sec, and I'm going to share my screen very quickly. Okay, lovely. Okay, so Diego, this is what I was telling you. This plus here.
Okay.
Yes, to make it bigger.
I didn't understand you. Okay.
No worries.
Okay, sorry.
No worries. Okay, so how do we address a member of the European Parliament? In English.
Dear.
Okay. And we said that we are not going to write member of the European Parliament. No. So we say, dear Benjumea. This is Benjumea because she's Spanish and she has two surnames. It's very normal, but it's quite funny that it's the same surname. Okay, it's quite funny. Okay, so Benjumea. Okay, and now, guys, I'm just now going to copy your words. And let silence.
And now you introduce yourself, no?
Okay.
The next step.
Okay, well, maybe I'm going to talk. So how do we introduce ourselves?
I would like to start with the sentence, I hope this email finds you well. Like some...
Yes.
Okay, let's use I trust, okay, which is a little bit more.
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Yes, for them especially. Okay, so I trust this message finds you well. Okay, how do we introduce ourselves?
My name is already.
Okay. So my name is, are we messaging her individually or as a group? Because we are the change makers, no? And we want to talk to her as a group.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
So we are a group of young people, for instance, youth, who can we, Nisa, can you help us a little bit as well? Should we tell her that we are part of this EP project?
Yeah, I think we can say that.
Okay. So how would you rephrase that, Nisa?
Who are a part of EU project.
Okay.
the name maybe of the project?
Yes, your vote. Okay. And should we give her a little bit more of information? Because guys, there are hundreds of projects like this. So we need to give a little bit of context. Okay, so maybe we very quickly, I'm just going to do a copy paste because all of you have the information, okay? Which fosters, which tries to connect, wait, aims to connect, okay? Better. Young Europeans interested in policy making, okay? With members of the European Parliament working in the areas of job promotion and entrepreneurship. And then, I love computers. Okay. Okay, so very short description, okay? We are addressing to you because, and this is where magic needs to happen. We need to find the words to be like, to make her like organize a meeting with us in 2 months now, okay? But no, I'm not, I'm quite serious telling you this. In a few weeks, okay, maybe. So we are addressing to you because what matters to us from her profile? What is so interesting? Let's go back to the wait.
It seems like she has an access to about how we can receive access to financing. Yeah.
Yes.
Like the support for young entrepreneurship. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you know what? I'm going to maximize this time we have. I'm going to copy paste this. Okay. I don't know why this is like this. Okay, but here we have the core of what we want to talk, what we want to tell. Okay, so because we are what we would like to learn from her. We would like to discuss. This is a very important word, even if in Spanish, especially Diego. In Spanish, discutir, it sounds like strange. We are having a discussion. We are arguing. In English, it's more like going into a dialogue where you are exchanging different views. So my advice, when you address to members of the parliament or policymakers, we would like to discuss. Okay?
Okay.
Some of your, and this is also like, these are like templates. And I would say parliamentary work. In what areas? The areas that what matter the most for us, no? As young people, as change makers, no?
Yeah.
That in the areas of work, parliamentary work, in the legislative areas, this is very important, that matter the most for us as young people, committed Europeans, okay? Even more emphasis. And now you tell me, what are these areas? You have the information here. What are these areas? What initiatives has she supported? Okay.
Entrepreneurial in the worst.
We have 1 minute, guys.
Oh.
Okay, so access to financing. We have here access to financing.
Yeah, access to financing and support for young
Support for young entrepreneurs, and something very important, training and mentoring programs. Very important. Okay, mentoring. Okay. Okay, so what else I always encourage like to say? We would like to organize an online meeting with you in the upcoming weeks. We remain flexible to the time and date that works the best for you. Okay, looking forward.
Super, thank you.
The rest, can you hear us?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, we are back. Should I share the screen for the?
Can you? Are you co-host? Can you share your screen, Borja?
I think they were saying that they gave administrator rights. I want to give it a try. Maybe. Yeah. It seems like, yeah. Okay, 1 second.
No worries. Super, yes, we can see your screen.
I'm sharing right now. Yes. Okay. Maybe can you see?
Yes.
Should we start talking or explaining or?
Yes, yes, feel free.
Okay.
All
Okay,
good,
sure.
all good. No worries.
Well, hello everyone. We are here in this case in the first session that it took place 2 weeks ago. We were searching the committees. This is the regional committee. So we are here exploring the regional perspective. And in an Excel file we created, we put the names of 3 MEPs from different countries, from Spain, from Belgium, and from Greece. I already have it here. And the first one I would like to share is the case of Cristina Maestre. She's from Spain. And as we were discussing before, here we have the options to contact the MVPs. In this case, she has Facebook, she has Twitter, that is the current X, and also email. And also here in the profile of the person, I was already in the main parliamentary activities. So I have the reports. In this case, the important one will be, for example, harnessing talent in Europe's regions that we also mentioned in the previous session. So it's one of the MPPs from Spain, in this case, the Socialist Party, that is part of this committee. And she has different means to be contacted in this case. I also have the profile of Pascal Arimont. This one, it also has, for example, he's from Belgium. He also has a website we can see, and also Instagram. So it's more active on social media, we will say. And it also has some activities for reports. In this case, we're checking here. Yeah, in financing instruments that also affect like the regional development. So it's more an economic perspective, we would say. So it also depends on the letter we want to write to them. But in this case, it's more flexible because we not only have like email or Twitter, we also have other means, even a website. So it would be interesting in that sense. Finally, in the case of the Greek one, we can also see that it has quite different profiles, like also a website. Probably it's going to be the website of the party. We will have to check to figure it out. And in this case, it's also active, or at least it has a profile on social media. So are you following, all of you, me so far? Can you? Okay. So in this activity, we were aiming to write a letter, we'll say, a way of contact. So I think the first thing we could discuss about is what is the topic that interests us the most. In the case of the first MEP, it was more like attracting talent to the regions. The second one was more economic. And in this case, the main activity I can see here is about the Just Transition Fund. So it's also fund-related questions regarding regional development. So I don't know if any of you want to make a comment or are interested in a particular topic to choose.
Sila, Robert, do you have, or Jordan, do you have any preference on the topics covered?
Do we have to choose from those 3 persons you showed to us, or it's up to us? Because I have found one MEP that's quite interesting, and her name is Sarah Mathieu. She's from Belgium.
Yeah. Well, these ones are from the previous session. That is why I already had the profiles prepared, but I don't know if it's. What do you think, Marina, about it? Would you like?
The main topic of this breakout room was the regional committee, no? But in a way, if we feel that it's interesting to focus on someone else, we can do so. It's just that we kind of like should focus on the regional development committee, but as you feel it's more interesting for you.
Yeah. Is this MEP Robert from the regional committee?
Yeah, it was from the just a second. It was employment and social affairs. Yeah.
Yes, but here we are like in regional. I think social affairs is the other group, right? One of the other groups.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry.
Even though we can focus on both, or we can just like we can first focus on, well, you decide as you are interested.
Yeah, I think we can make first the I think the first we can discuss, prepare the document. I will say what we want to write about for one of the MVPs, and then if we have time left, we can also try to tackle the other one we are talking about. So I don't know, what do you think about these 3? Which one do you think it would be more interesting to write regarding the topic and maybe the person? I don't know if some of you are from Belgium or from Greece. In my case, I'm from Spain, but I'm open to suggestions as well. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find those MEPs you showed us.
Yeah.
So the first one was Cristina, yeah? Cristina Almagro.
Correct. Wait a second. I'm going to say Cristina Maestre. Yeah. Martin Dalmagro. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think I can stick to this one if it's okay.
Yeah. In this case, we have like 3 options to contact this person, but I think the standard procedure will be to reach with an email, as we were talking about. Since I don't know in the case of Facebook how it would be, or Twitter, it was here. And I think here we have the assistance. So maybe in the case we were actually going to send a letter, then we will check the assistance as well to copy then in the mail we are going to prepare. And in this case, I think the questions will be more relevant for this report that is also the most recent. So it's a topic maybe more of interest for this person, in this case, talent in Europe's regions. So maybe we can write a letter, an email, asking, for example, for more information about the topic, or maybe if we were an entity organizing kind of a seminar or something like that, we could try to invite this person to participate in one of the events organized by us. So we could prepare the email like preparing an invitation or a declaration of interest to participate in an event regarding harnessing talent in Europe's regions. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So here I have like a Word document, and we will copy the address, and then we will prepare like the main body of the email. In this case, it will be the communication will be the same like the standard procedure when we are addressing someone, for example, a parliamentarian. We could make highlight why we are writing to this person in particular. So, for example, we could say that that we are an entity organizing professional trainings or training of young people in different European regions, and we would like to hear from the perspective from the European Parliament in this subject, and we would like to and since we want to differentiate our proposal from others, we can also explore the profile that this person has the reason why. Maybe we can make a mention to one of the reports that is already published. For example, your report on harnessing talent in the regions. I'm open to any kind of suggestions or ideas, like a kind of brainstorming, maybe.
Robert, would you like to suggest something? In my case, I feel that, yeah, we are an entity, like here it's kind of like general, but
yeah, it's kind of general. So an association, maybe we can say an association advocating for training of young people.
Exactly, like a little bit like the context. Yeah.
Advocating. Yeah. Your report on harnessing talent in the regions, capital development of a more cohesive Europe. We consider that the presence of a MVP maybe will give more visibility to our initiative or to this initiative. I don't know.
And we consider, sorry?
Yeah, that the participation of a MVP will give or raise awareness in this initiative, in this area. Maybe like that we want someone like from the European Parliament to participate to give more visibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Something like that, maybe. Mm-hmm.
Maybe then kind of like giving more detailed information of what we would be expecting from their participation, or what is our area about, or like I think that giving more detail, yeah, should be, yeah. Or are we directing this email you said to the assistants, or?
We are copying, yeah, we have the main address of the MVP, and we also copy the addresses of the assistants as well.
Okay.
But I think that having like the same email for all of them, it will be better, because in the end, the assistants are going to check the mail of the MVP as well. So
Sure.
I think we don't really have to make a special version for the assistance. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we can say what we could say we work with um, with, for example, I got practical skills. Yeah, I don't know how we will continue this part. We work with young people with risk of exclusion in underdeveloped regions, and we strive for giving them the chance to work for a better future. Our activities are focused on acquiring practical skills and practical skills. I don't know if there is kind of any ideas we can complement this paragraph. I know.
For example, something like you are trying to take them closer to the European Union, or how does the whole body works, you know?
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
While approaching the something like this, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Nice. I think that makes sense. Also, and I think that's connected to what Robert said. Why are we contacting them? No, like, why are we linking our strategy and our work with the regional committee, and specifically to these, and like, why are we contacting her? Like, what makes her like the special contact, no, and make her like unique in the sense.
Yeah. I mentioned it, maybe I can expand on it, but I say that your report on harnessing talent in the regions is capital for the development of a more cohesive Europe, and we consider that participation rather. I mean, in this case, I mentioned that, but we can expand it as well. I mean,
I think that yeah, here in the end, because in a way, if not, our work of like empowering young people with risk of exclusion, and with the best practice, like the practical skills and everything, could be also linked to a different committee and a different MEP. So in a way, maybe we could go back to her work and see if there's anything else in terms of youth that she's also linked to. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Yeah. Empowering young people with risk of exclusion balance with their parliamentary work, in which we can go back to the website with a second to see what else. She also has the option, for example, report as shadow rapporteur, which is a bit different, but also we can give us wider perspective. Right to the refer European Citizens Initiative. Okay. Reversing demographic trends in European Union regions. Okay, so it's kind of everything is related to this area, at least in the terms of making sure that people, mainly young people, can stay in the regions and they can develop professionally. So maybe
That's maybe
Yeah.
we could, sorry, yeah, and also that the information that in 5 minutes we're gonna go back to the main room.
Oh, it's sorry.
But related to this, Borja and Robert also and everyone, we could say like kind of like how the brain drain and how the youngsters are leaving their countries, related with the importance of empowering the youth in order to empower regional cohesion, no? So in a way of like, if we empower the youth and we make sure that they're like capable of staying and having the opportunities to stay in the regions, how we're also like benefiting the regional development of where they're coming from. I don't know, I'm thinking out loud also, but I think that would make sense as well. I don't know, Robert, any more comments, or Jordan or Olga, any participants, any more comments?
Nothing from my side. I think it's great, this letter.
We could extrapolate this idea to the MEP that you were thinking, Robert. Maybe yours was more employability, no, as you said, or something. But yeah, I think that we can. It's gonna be nice. And I don't know, how would you end this letter, Borja?
Well, after this paragraph that I have just added, we can make like a final, like, general phrase, but hoping to hear from them soon, like reiterating our interest in their presence. And this will be like a way to finish the letter, I will say. So
I think that we could also say like we are flexible and available to have a call or a meeting, or I don't know, just like making sure that we are opening, our organization will be eager and flexible to meet at any time, and discuss more the details of the participation. Because here maybe it's like, okay, we invite you to participate, but when and in what and how, like we don't have the information. But
yeah. Well, I mean, it's also a letter that is being written like in, I don't know how many, 15, 20 minutes. So it's kind of,
yeah. But that's something that we can comment now at the general room. Like, at least is the structure. Of course, we would
it's the
need,
structure,
like much more detail and specific, like where do we want to invite you, when, and for what. But I think that can be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, sadly, this is like the general part. We need the details as well, like when, where, but I guess we can mention them when we return to the session. But it will be like the main structure is already here, so we can already work on it. Like, of course, if we are going to make like an official, like the email communication it's not going to happen in 20 minutes. There is going to be a team behind it. So yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Okay, super. Then we can present this. We can close the room and go to the main room now.
Yeah.
And yeah, looking forward to also know what the others have done. Thank you, Borja and Robert and everyone for participating.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you.